In October of 2019, you surprised the business world by stepping down as the CEO of SAP, a very, very large company whose value had more than doubled during your co-CEO position and CEO position. And you took a position with a much smaller, less known company, ServiceNow. Usually people, when they leave a job, they go to a bigger company. Why did you go to a smaller company?
Well, I saw the future and where it was going. First of all, I want to say I had a great run at SAP, and it was a pleasure taking them from 39 billion to 163 and really inspiring lots of people and customers, and it was a wonderful experience. But after 17 years, nearly 10 as CEO, I was ready to do something different. And when I saw ServiceNow in the marketplace, I knew what it was, and I knew what it could do. And I knew with my background, I was a pretty good cultural fit for what ServiceNow needed to scale it.
So let me ask you, what does ServiceNow really do? Tell me in simple English language that everybody can understand. What do they actually do?
Yeah, it's a very good question, David. It basically drives productivity in work. So think about tech today. Every CEO you talk to is going to tell you, I have to digitize to survive. 40% of the CEOs say today, if I don't digitize my operations, my company will no longer be viable in less than a decade. So we were the IT backbone for companies all over the world. How do they manage their assets, run their operations, secure their operations, all things digital having to do with IT. That's where we started. But then, as you know, the employee experience, hybrid work, all of these concepts became so important. How do I hire people? How do I onboard them, train them, provide them all their services on a mobile device? We do it. If you think about customers, they don't want to just be sold to. We've been at that for a long time in this economy. They want a new frontier. They want direct-to-consumer services. So if they order something online, they want it in the right form factor, price, exactly the date that you said you're going to deliver it, and they want a great experience. So we do that because we connect the front, mid, and back office of the full value chain on how you take care of your customers. And finally, think about engineering, R&D. Every single person that's driving engineering, whether it's a manufacturing company or a financial services company, you have to get those engineers to be highly productive, highly innovative so you can get stuff done. We have the software that does all of that on one platform with one architecture and one data model. It's truly a 21st century sensation born in the cloud. So companies are getting huge cost savings, huge productivity increases, very happy employees, very happy customers, and very happy shareholders on the ServiceNow platform.
Now, about 2.5 years ago, when you took over your position now as the CEO, and you're the CEO chairman of ServiceNow,
Right.
During that period of time, the technology world's had some challenges for sure, and there's been layoffs and other things. But you have more than doubled the value of ServiceNow during this period of time. The revenues are more than doubled. Operating earnings are up about 8 times, and you've doubled the number of employee base. So what was your secret sauce when everybody else was going this way, you were going this way?
Well, I give all the credit to the original founder, Fred Luddy, because he had the idea, and he built the platform. And lots of people came into the company and expanded on that platform, but the original idea was to give people technology that truly enabled them to do things they could never have done before. So it's really a product-centric engineering company at its soul. What I tried to bring to the company is continue to expand that, continue to build innovation into that platform, but at the same time, build a truly global software market leader where everybody understood the brand, the hungry and humble nature of how we focus on the customer, customers everything here, and ultimately the value that we deliver. So we really kept it very consistent with its original roots, hungry, humble, driven, and customer focused.
So you must be proud of what you've achieved. Why not just say, I've done it and I'm going to go do something else? Or are you going to stay here for a while now?
Yeah, I love it here, and I have a long-term vision for the company of what it can become. I came here, David, with a dream. In 2019, I said to people, we're going to be the defining enterprise software company of the 21st century, and that's why I'm here, to make that happen. And I traveled the world. I met people all over the world, and I shook the hands of every employee in the company in a global tour at every major office in the company. And I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn the people, I wanted to learn the culture, and I also wanted to meet the customers. And I met 100 of them in that trip. And what was amazing is they all love the product. That's very unusual. I have never been on a trip around the world where everyone loved the product and said to me, can you just do more? And I went back and I said, wow, this is it. And then COVID hit. And then we had to send everybody home and create this virtual company that could still outpunch its weight class. And now I look at it 4 years later, and it's even more than I thought it was going to be. So in terms of my personal goal, it is to scale it, make it a masterpiece, execute a beautiful succession plan, and have a long-term interest in that boardroom and staying with the company for the long term.